Missouri pork producers say a new law in California is hurting their businesses. In 2018, voters in California passed Proposition 12. It went into full effect in January.
So this is a law that sets minimum space requirements for certain farm animals that are sold to California. KSHB 41's Jian Kim heard the concerns of those on both sides of this issue, and she takes a look at what's next in this ongoing debate.
It's things we follow very closely to make sure we're following all the guidelines.
Todd Hayes feels like this list of guidelines to follow grows longer every year.
It does put a disadvantage on the small family farmers.
His family's been raising pigs for over 100 years in Marion County, Missouri. It's labor-intensive work, but they do it because they care.
What's best, what's proven, what can we do?
As the saying goes, you reap what you sow. That's why a new California law forcing him to change how he cares for his animals doesn't sit well with him.
It set an arbitrary number on the square footage a sow would have while they're in gestation.
In fact, he claims that individual stalls like this prevent competition between animals and decrease mortality rates. Todd was one of the opponents who took this issue to the U.S. Supreme Court. The court ruled 5-4. California has the right to set its own standards.
What's not to say in 3 or 5 years they decide to move that up to 30 square feet or 40 square feet.
I asked this question to Kate Brindle with the Humane Society of the United States.
Well, I think because Prop 12 is in line with so many other countries and where the market is headed, I think those standards will stay.
Do you have a response to maybe some of those small family farms that are struggling to even come up with the funds to revamp their farms right now?
So it was enacted in 2018, meaning that producers who want to sell in California, they had notice and they had 6 years to come into compliance.
Kate also says the markets have already adjusted to Proposition 12. California consumes about 15% of all pork produced in the U.S. And most consumers there have no problem paying a little more. Still, it doesn't cover the cost of burden on farmers like Todd.
Morally, they think it's better for the animals. Well, everybody has a different opinion of that.
Definitely the debate to continue. Jian Kim joins us now in our newsroom.
So, Jian, speaking of that, we know the debate is far from over. So fill us in. What's happening next?
Well, guys, all eyes are now on the 2024 Farm Bill. Just today, the Senate Agriculture Committee released its version of the 5-year bill. It's already getting a lot of backlash from those who oppose Prop 12. Unlike the bipartisan Farm Bill from the House Agriculture Committee, this version doesn't include any solutions to farmers' concerns. Meanwhile, the Humane Society says any attempt to wipe out Proposition 12 via Congress is profoundly undemocratic and ignores the will of millions of California voters. Now, I'll continue to follow the Farm Bill and keep you updated. In the newsroom, I'm Jian Kim, KSHB 41 News.